welcome to this very special episode of Leave Me Alone, I'm Busy Farming. Haven't given too many updates over the winter as there's not much going on. You know, what are you gonna show you? The plants have dropped their leaves, they look like sticks, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna bore you with that. No, Hugh has been posting tons of videos. Time for me to catch up. We're gonna attempt to do this, a one-shot pass through of the food forest. I'm gonna harvest my carrots tonight and put some strawberries in the raised bed. So let's start with the front. As you can see, Mulch Heaven here. This whole area was done with, each one of these about 15 yards. This has been taken away from, but so I had about 45, 50 yards here of mulch, which we have spread out, added another layer. You can kind of see from the side the height and how much is there. I mean, it's tall, it's high. So my moringa, I cut it back. I'm hoping it comes back, we'll see. The same with the fire bush here. It's kind of sticks, but I'm hoping it's gonna come back. Once again, we'll see. This, we have a mulberry. This was a clone off of one of the mulberries from my father's property. Over here is my citrus. My citruses, just regular oranges, but check it out. That bad boy is starting to orange up. We should have one. And then we've got tons and tons of flowers all over it and tons of new growth. And this is all growing right in the mulch. The only thing I'm doing is occasionally, maybe once a month, once every 2 months, I'll come out with some fish emulsion and water from the well, and I pour that on there. It's like a quick compost tea type deal. Mulberries, but check this out, man. Berries be popping. So even though this thing looks like sticks, tons and tons and tons all over it. So I'm expecting this to really blow up. We have here Lila avocado, doing well, lots of new growth. Its older sister, right here, doing really well. Sugarcane for fun, you know, it's doing well, considering we had a really cold winter. I think it's gonna come back nicely. Loquats, we've got some nice fruits on there. Not quite as many as last year, but we're still getting quite a few. This is a very young tree, so as it grows, I'm anticipating big things from it. I love loquat. That's kind of the tree that got me into this whole thing. My first house had a loquat tree. I had no idea what it was. My neighbor's like, hey, you can eat those. And that's kind of how I started walking down the path. We have a pear tree. It's a pineapple pear, which is kind of cold, hardy variety. But look, it's not looking like much, but tons and tons of new growth. You can see right here. That's all new growth all over it, and it's starting to pop leaves and flowers right here. So maybe between the two pear trees we get some. Now on to my favorite, the white peaches, Tropic Beauties. They are just like, all of a sudden, this is one day I walked out and there's nothing. A week later, this. Beautiful flowers on it, tons of leaves. The same thing with the older sister over here. So I'm hoping that I get plenty. Last year, this tiny tree gave me 45 peaches. So, and they were the best peach I've ever had. My scarlet plums are right here. Tons of flowers, tons of growth. There's another one right there. My non-cultivated blueberries are doing really well. They're starting to come back in. I'm hoping as we get into spring and things warm up, they'll take off. My blackberry bush has just exploded. It only gave me a couple of berries last year, but it was a tiny little guy. And as you can see here, it has just, I feel like this is the Audrey 2 here and I'm in Little Shop of Horrors. But you see tons and tons of new growth on it. I'm gonna try and stick my hand without getting eaten alive by this thing. But tons of new growth all over this, like right here. Okay, it's not really wanting to focus, but and then we'll come around the front on the trellis and then I'll walk behind the trellis. So we have tomatoes. Those are Roma tomatoes. Some more tomatoes. I want to say those are chocolate cherry tomatoes. Chocolate cherry, chocolate cherry, chocolate cherry, chocolate cherry, chocolate cherry, and then Roma. You know, they've been in the ground for about a week or two now, so they're kind of adjusting. I hit them with some fish emulsion. Hopefully that'll really kick it off. That's like a larger slicing tomato. Not sure of the variety. Those are both squash. So, you know, now's the time of year to put some started squash that was started from seeds. Eggplant. We have here one of 2 cucumbers, red bell pepper, and then another cucumber on the back end, because why not, right? The bay leaves doing amazing. They blew up the spaghetti sauce. The Italian oregano. This thing, you'd never even be able to tell it was a cold winter. We've got some Thai basil. We've got key lime, some sweet basil over here, lavender. The Turk's cap hibiscus is coming back. I think the ginger's starting to pop up and come back. My monstera, not 100% sure what's going on there. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. But as you can see, all along the back end there, that's all Greek oregano. And I tell you what, it's not grown quite as big. I mean, it is now. It was kind of hurting, not doing as good as the Italian oregano, but it smells. I wish you had smell-o-vision. I would rub it together for you. It smells, you walk in, it smells like your favorite pizzeria. Some of my son's favorite and mine, some rosemary. And then you've got mint, just taking over, which I'm happy with. Beautiful, useful ground cover. The bananas made it through the winter. They made it through. They're doing great. They're popping all kinds of new growth. We chopped down the one stalk that we had gotten some bananas from. And as you can see here, it's split in half and laid face down. Big shout out to Pete from Green Dreams for his video on bananas. I'll put a link in the description. If you want to know about bananas, this guy is like the king of bananas. He's amazing. We have a tangerine over here. Not doing too much. That was, you know, we like tangerines, so it looks like it's starting to maybe get some new growth on it, but you know, we'll see what it does. We enjoy tangerine. As you can see, I'm in the process of adding more mulch, spreading it out. So this is what we do. My father has Hugh has a tractor with a bucket. He comes over and dumps the piles, and I use the yard cart and my pitchfork and rake, and I start spreading it out. So that's what's going on over here. Some sage, doing good, not particularly taking off. The Barbados cherry, I just pruned back. It looks like a bunch of sticks now. It should, from my understanding of Barbados cherry, come back. The same here with my katuk. My katuk that was as tall as me, sticks. Last year it froze to the ground and came back that big. So I'm hoping this year it'll do quite the same. So I pruned it back and we'll see. Then right here, the black Suriname cherry. It held in there, didn't lose all of its leaves. I'm kind of fighting the dollar weed problem, so I'm pulling it. This is some longevity spinach. Longevity spinach, longevity spinach, longevity spinach. So it got hit pretty bad with the frost, but it's starting to grow back, as you can see, and I'm expecting big things from it. We have 1 blueberry, 2 blueberries. So the ones on the other side of the sweet almond there, those are non-cultivated blueberries. So they're like what you'd find like a wild blueberry bush, which are great, but they are tiny little guys. They're little tiny blueberries. This, more of a cultivated blueberry. So this will give me almost a store-bought size blueberry, which is kind of, you know, like I love blueberries. So this is camellia. So this is the stuff they make like tea out of. It's hanging in there. I think I need to move it in the spring. It likes shade, and it's almost like it gets way too much sun here. I think that's the problem. So I think if I move it over here, which is the area I've been clearing out and working on, we'll do a little better. We're at 8 minutes. Oof, this video is running long. Here's that other pear tree. And when I got this bad boy, it was this. 1 stick straight up. It has since broken off, branched off, budded off. So I'm hoping that it's gonna spread out and do really well here. This newest addition we just put in the ground today, a raspberry. So we'll see how that goes. Over here, you can see that I've been clearing out in the winter, been using the time nicely, clearing out, and we're gonna expand this area here. So we'll keep adding mulch to this area and get it going. And I hear someone sneaking up behind me. What's up, dude?
Hi.
Where you going?
Taekwondo.
Nice, going to martial arts. All right. And then over here we have some Takahatsu grass. This will help put carbon back in the soil as I chop and drop. Over here is the Mexican sunflowers. These things, for months, there was nothing, absolutely nothing. And then all of a sudden, new growth, tons and tons of new growth on both of them. This is my bamboo. And then over here is some Chungi bamboo, which this is like my favorite. When it matures, it gets a beautiful blue, which you're gonna be able to tell because it's super green right now. Beautiful blue and silver. All right. Over here, I had dropped some seeds of orange Mexican sunflower. It came, as you can see, and then dropped a bunch of seed pods, like these guys right here. It's a great host plant for butterflies. I'm not 100% sure until they start flowering. I think that these guys are more of them. If they are, I'm happy with it. If they're not, we'll cut it back. Back over here, we've done some clearing. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like my Jamaican sorrel has done real well. But over here, we have the raised bed. We have our raised bed, and I pulled some carrots earlier for snacks for the kids' lunches. Right here is the area that I pulled. But as you can see, I mean, these carrots are doing quite nicely, and they were very happy. Here's one right here, very happy. And then let's do some more over here. Let's find another, see if we can find another good one. But, you know, let's see what we have. This is a deep one. Okay, so yeah, you know, these weren't a big variety of carrot to begin with. These were a tinier variety of carrot, but they're extra sweet. So that was kind of what I wanted. I wanted function over form. I wanted sweetness over size, but like this one, this is a good one here. So I've got a bunch more inside. I could leave these in the ground a little bit longer, but as they grow, they become a little bit less sweet. So the game plan is to pull all these carrots and then pull the fennel, harvest the fennel, and then this whole area here.
Can I have some fennel?
Yeah, absolutely. Knock yourself out, buddy. Grab as much fennel as you like. And then over here, this whole back end, just do strawberries. I have about 11 started strawberries. So we'll get those in. Oh, what do you think? Dude, you got quite a shiner there. What happened? Did you bump into a friend in school?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry. You feeling better?
Yeah.
Good, yeah. Oof. Tough guy, tough guy. I heard he didn't even cry. That's my boy, proud of him. All right, so that pretty much sums up the first bit. We're running kind of long. This is like a one-shot challenge though, right? There'll be one more shot. I'm gonna cut away. I'm gonna pull all the carrots. I'll show you guys the harvest, the yield of all those carrots in that raised bed, and we'll show you what the strawberries look like in the ground. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, so here we are digging out the carrots. So what I'm seeing is I was super careless, or at least must have been, when I put these carrots in. You can see it right here. It's a perfect example. There should be one there, not 3 carrots clustered together. So when I seeded the carrots, well, 4 actually, when I seeded them, they went really close together. And as you can see, I think having 4 carrots there stunted the growth, and that would have been one big carrot. You can see here all my little teeny tiny guys. And I guess I could have left them in longer, but it's time for the spring garden. Now the carrots, there are some carrots like this guy right here that ended up by itself. And as you can see here, I'm getting tons of carrots, but I still have a very long way to go. Definitely do carrots, definitely do them in Florida. Phenomenal root crop. It was here. I planted it in the fall. This grew over the winter. It didn't require too much. And look at the broccoli rabe just exploding here. Tons of flowers. It looks beautiful, but time to start getting ready for the spring garden. So I just wanted to take a second and show you guys kind of, like I said, you know, we like to share our successes and our failures. I think I planted a little too densely here. I got a little excited with the seeds. So next year when I plant the carrots, and I will plant the carrots, I'll do probably half as many in that size, or I'll do that many but spread it out across the whole raised bed. The plan is to put a couple more and frame this out and do a nice area, something akin to like Kevin over at Epic Gardening. I'll link his channel in the bottom. He does beautiful stuff. So all right, but as you can see, everything else is looking dynamite. When I'm all done, I'll show you. In the meantime though, this right here will give these little guys as a treat to the girls, the chickie poos. All right, here we go. Let's take these. I mean, as you can see, there's tons here. They should go crazy for this. The little mini raptor running over. So funny. I love these girls. Got my little peeky spot right here. Let's see what they do with the carrots. Oh yeah, I'd say they're enjoying them. All right, when we get the rest of the carrots out, we'll come on back. All right, alrighty, here we are at the end of the day. All the carrots are out, and beds don't like to be unplanted. So I filled this up with strawberries. I love strawberries, can't have enough of them. We'll see if it's a little late. I don't think so. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strawberries here in the raised bed, plus a 10th strawberry in the food forest as a bit of an experiment. Just curious to see which is going to grow better. So we'll see. All right, so let's take a look. I put a whole bunch of new stuff in the ground. That's why I'm watering today. The mulch does a really good job of keeping it moist. But anytime you put new things in the ground, like the cucumbers I put in today, the squash, the blueberries I put in earlier this week, but the raspberry, and there it is. The solitary strawberry right out there. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated. In the meantime, wow, the light's on. Has blinded me. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone for watching. At the time of this video, we have 390 subscriptions. I can't believe it. Seriously, I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. I want to thank people like Pete, Charles Dowding, Kevin, all these people who share their knowledge, share their joy, and it infects other people. So I'm hoping that I get out here and get all pumped with you guys, and you can see. But here we are, trying to do a bit of suburban homesteading. Got the chickens, the food forest, and the raised beds. We'll come at you now that we're in the spring. We should start getting more stuff done. Got a little side video, a little side thing going on, you know. That'll be coming soon. So thank you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't even know if that was in frame. Don't care. It is afternoon in Florida. It's 70-something degrees. I'm about to hop on my bike and go on a bike ride. Healthy living. All right. See you guys later.